I think we're starting over because something happened just then and it looked like it froze up. So I'm going to start over. Welcome, everybody. I'm going to sing that song one more time. Dear, when you smiled at me, I heard a melody. It haunted me from the start. Something inside of me started a symphony. Zing went the strings of my heart. 'Twas like a breath of spring. I heard a robin sing about a nest set apart. All nature seemed to be in perfect harmony. Sing with the strings of my heart. Your eyes made sky seem blue again. What else could I do again but keep repeating through and through? I love you, love you. I still recall the thrill. I guess I always will. I hope 'twill never depart. Dear, with your lips to mine, a rhapsody divine. Sing with the strings of my heart. It's Judy Garland's birthday. What a great thing to celebrate. Your eyes made skies seem blue again. What else could I do again but keep repeating through and through? I love you, love you. I still recall the thrill. I guess I always will. I hope 'twill never depart. Dear, with your lips to mine, a rhapsody divine. Sing with the strings, sing with the strings, sing with the strings of my Billy's Place, the vibe is light and breezy. Billy's Place, it's a virtual speakeasy. My home base, I'm glad that you dropped by. Time to grab a libation from the shelf. Have whatever you want, you gotta make it yourself. Sit back, relax, I'll make your troubles fly. A musical trip, nothing complicated, and if you tip, hey, that's appreciated. Good fellowship with no mask on our face. From apartment 5 across the park, I'm singing and swinging till it gets dark. Don't worry about finding a place to park, just park it at Billy's Place. Park it at Billy's Place. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 51. It is Thursday night, June 10th, 2021. Judy Garland's birthday. She would have been 99. Oh, my goodness. You know what that means? That means today, well, tomorrow, is the beginning of Judy's 100th year. Her 100th centenary, I can never say that word. Lots of Judy celebrations coming up next year, I feel sure. So I'm going to honor that a little bit with a few of her songs. But, more to the point, part 3 of my Salute to TV theme songs. I know you've all been waiting for it. I've been waiting for it. This is the show that would never die. I thought it was going to be about half a show. It ended up being 3 shows. So we're going to wrap it up tonight. So stick around, grab a drink, and hang with me for about an hour. Just park it at Billy's Place. Here's another great Judy Garland song from that movie that we love called A Star is Born. It's if, as and when, wow. If, as and when you got a long face, rearrange it. Don't be contented with the wrong face. There's a way to change it. Does the day look painful? Is the future glum? Does the sky look rainful? Say there, hey there, are you in a vacuum? All that stuff and nonsense you can overcome. A long face gets you nowhere. You lose that month of May. Like Peter Pan, the sweeter pan wins the day. Go lose that long face, that long face. Go along and get that long face lost. The blues black out when they can see a smile that says move on, no vacancy. This panacea idea I'm handing you without any cost. There isn't any tax on it, so just relax on it if you want trouble double crossed. Don't give in to a frown, turn that frown upside down and go and get that long face lost. This was written by Harold Arlen and Ira Gershwin. I love this music so much. Let's change the key. This panacea idea I'm handing you without any cost. There isn't any tax on it, so just relax on it if you want trouble double cross. Don't give in to a frown, turn that frown upside down and go and get that long face. Get that long face. Go, go, go and get that long face lost. Yes, sir. Get that long face lost. Oh, fantastic. Doug just told me that. We're getting lots of good comments about the sound. Hallelujah. If you had any idea of what the last couple of weeks have been like in our little apartment, I mean, we have been trying, and we have been kind of halfway succeeding, but we decided this past week that what we really needed to get was an upgrade. And so my friend Richard Glazier, who does this a lot, he's a great live streamer, fantastic pianist, and scholar about Hollywood music mainly. Check him out, Richard Glazier. Anyway, he helped us and told us the machine to get. So we, I pulled out the credit card and we invested some money and we have a new system. So we're just learning it. And so that's why we got a little bit of a rocky start tonight. But thank you for the comments saying that the sound is better tonight.
Thank you, Richard.
And thank you, Richard, very, very much. I'm telling you, I mean, I think it's money well spent. He said, this is what you need. So we went to B&H and got it on Tuesday. And Doug has been working very hard to make it work, and here we are, Thursday night. It only took us a year to get a good sound system, but you guys have hung with me all this time. I'm so glad you're here tonight for this great, great episode 51. For one thing, I have to have a sip of the drink because tonight we're revisiting the cocktail that we had a year ago on Judy's birthday. This is a fantastic lemon drop martini, and it is so good. It's really one of my favorites. It's vodka and triple sec and some lemon juice, fresh lemon juice, little simple syrup, and it's like nectar of the gods. Fantastic. So cheers, everybody. Before we go any further, speaking of investing in new equipment, listen, if you guys are able to donate, I know I say this every week, but obviously it does cost money to keep us up and running with the lights and the new sound. And we might be investing in new mics down the line. We don't know, but we're trying to stay on top of this. So if you're enjoying the show, if you're, some of you are so good about sending money every week, thank you so much. But if you're able to donate, or if you've never donated and you've been watching these shows, no amount is too small. Obviously, no amount is too large. And you can send your donation via PayPal or Venmo to either one of those addresses on the screen. And if you don't like to do this virtual thing, you can write me on the Facebook Messenger app or just in the comments and say, hey, send me your address. I'll send you my address, and you could send us a check. And it'd be greatly appreciated. Also, we have merchandise in the merchandise stores. I mention every week. We have those great long sleeve T-shirts and the caps. It's getting to be summer again. Caps are great. The short sleeve T-shirts are great. And the wine totes and the regular totes and the cheese boards and the wine tumblers, good for your summer outings. See, I'm thinking ahead. So please visit my website, billystritch.com, and check it out where it says Billy's Place Merchandise. And it's all there. And it's all fantastic. And also the Billy's Place CD. You can order that off my website, and I'll be happy to sign that and send that right out. And if you don't want to have the actual CD, please go to Spotify or Pandora or Apple Music or iTunes and download it. It's really very proud of the CD. We did a cut on the CD called Ordinary Miracles, written by Marvin Hamlish and Alan and Marilyn Bergman. And Wayne Hahn at my label, Club 44 Records, just did the most fantastic, breathtaking orchestral arrangement, a huge orchestra, and added that to the track. And that's going to be coming out as a single next month, and I'll be letting you know about that. One more thing, we'll be at the Bucks County Playhouse. I'll be there this Saturday night at 8 o'clock. I'm bringing Billy's Place on the road, Saturday at 8, and Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock, Bucks County, Pennsylvania. It's fabulous. It's about an hour and 20 minutes out of the city. If you haven't been there, come on, take a trip and join me. You can buy tickets there's some tickets left. I checked it out right before the show. There's still a few tickets left. It's all kind of distanced, and it's a beautiful theater and a beautiful place to spend a day or a weekend. Bucks County Playhouse. It's bcptheater.org. So I'm going to do a couple of more Judy Garland songs before we get into TV Themes Part 3. I know, that's what we're all waiting for. But I thought I'd sing a couple more songs by Judy. How much do we love Judy Garland, and what an influence she has made on all the music that we love. I can't even imagine a world without Judy Garland. I mean, if it wasn't for Judy Garland, there would be no Liza Minnelli, and I wouldn't have had half the career that I've had. So there's a lot. That's one thing to be thankful for, and all those great movies and iconic performances. And this is her birthday, and this is her 100th year coming up. Here are a couple of ballads that I put together. Another one from A Star Is Born, and the other one is one of my favorites from that great movie, Summer Stock. How wonderful that I'm beholding a never, never land unfolding, where we polish up the stars and mountains we move, in a life where all the pleasures we will prove. It's a new world I see, a new world for me. The tears have rolled off my cheek, and fears fade away every time you speak. A new world, though we're in a tiny room, What a vision of joy and blossom and bloom, a newfound promise, one that will last. So I'm holding on and I'm holding fast. You brought a new world to me, and that it'll always, always be. There's a star for everyone, brightly shining in the sky. It seems to be part of our destiny. Every night I eagerly watch them all go twinkling by, but I can't seem to find the ones the heavens assigned to me. Friendly star, where can you be hiding? Smile for me from out of the lonely night. Friendly star, my fate needs deciding. How I need the glow of your guiding light. I know that you are near, for I am strangely dreamy. And so if you can see me from afar, won't you kindly light my way? Point me to my lover, just point him out and whisper, there you are, there you are. Then my love, you will be standing here close to me. In your eyes I will see my friendly star, a newfound promise, one that will last. So I'm holding on and I'm holding fast. You brought a new world to me, and that it'll always, always be. For Judy Garland, two of my very favorite songs by the great Judy Garland. All right, here we go. TV Themes, Part 3. Look at what's happening to me. I can't believe it myself. Suddenly I'm up on top of the world. It should have been somebody else. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I would feel so free, flying away on a wing and a prayer. Oh, could it be? Believe it or not, it's just me. I love this one. breaking me out of the spell I was in, making all of my wishes come true. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free, flying away on a wing and a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just me. This is too good to be true. Look at me, falling for you. Believe it or not, believe it or not, believe it or not, believe it or not. Oh, believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free, flying away on a wing and a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not, believe it or not, oh, believe it or not, it's just me. Greatest American Hero, 1981, with William Catt in the lead role. Who else was on that show? Who was the female lead? Connie Selica, right. Connie Selica, fantastic. We're into the 80s, guys. Okay, 2 weeks ago we did the 50s and the 60s, and then last week was like so many 70s songs. And there'll be one from the 70s. We're going to backtrack, but we're in the 80s, 90s, and the 00s, the 2000s. And it's so much fun to sing this stuff. Here's another one that premiered in 1982. This show had a long, long run, 11 years. Making your way in the world today takes everything you got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away? Sometimes you want to go sing along where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You want to be where you can see our troubles are all the same. You want to be where everybody knows your name. You want to be where you can see our troubles are all the same. You want to be where everybody knows your name. Cheers. How much did we love that show? Ted Danson and Rhea Perlman and Shelley Long, and then it was that crazy girl, Kirstie Alley. Yeah, the crazy one. And it was George Wendt, John Ratzenberger, Woody Harrelson. Oh my! Well, I don't need to tell you this. You guys watched the show, right? That was a big show. It's still on every night. So that's a great theme song. Here is another one that I love. This is one that was requested. It wasn't on my list, and I can't believe I forgot about it. This was written by Jeff Barry and Tom Scott, 1982, for a show that ran 6 or 7 years. Big hit show, and it was sung very well by Denise Williams and Johnny Mathis. I'm not going to sing like them, but Family Ties. I bet we've been together for 1,000,000 years, and I bet we've been together for 1,000,000 more. Oh, it's like I started breathing on the night we kissed, and I can't remember what I ever did before. What will we do, baby, without us? Here we go. What will we do, baby, without us? And there ain't no nothing we can't love each other through. What do we do, baby, without us? Everybody. Sha-la-la-la. That's Johnny Mathis's. Yeah. And Denise Williams. I mean, I wish I had a falsetto. I don't have one at all. My friend Jim Caruso had a group called Wise Guys, and they used to do TV themes. And I don't know. I don't think it was Jim that sang that part, but maybe it was. I don't know. It might have been Fred, but somebody sang that high part. Might have been Jim. If it was you, Jim, I apologize. But they could sing that Denise Williams part. I, however, cannot. All right, here's another one from the 80s, kind of went into the 90s, and this show was in syndication, went on, went off, came back, cast change, came back some more. Ann Jillian starred in this show, Marion Mercer, who was fantastic, and lots of different actresses were in and out of it. Louise Lasser was on it for a minute, Sheryl Lee Ralph for a minute, and my buddy Paul Kreppel played the piano player, Sonny. It took place in a restaurant high atop L.A., and, you know, I hope, if you're not watching, maybe I'll send this link and you'll be able to watch it. But I love this show. This is called It's a Living. Life's not the French Riviera. Believe me, life's not a charity ball. It isn't a great big bed of roses. It's not like showbiz. But the main thing, I suppose, is we're not people you envy. Believe me, we know we're doing okay. Okay, we may be less than wealthy, but better yet, we're young and healthy. And anyone who's young and healthy knows that that's the way the traffic flows. It's a living. Written by George Tipton and Leslie Brickus, who wrote so many great things. The Roar of the Grease Paint, Dr. Dolittle, he wrote that one. That's It's a Living. So those are like 4 great 80s theme songs. Now we're going to jump into the, I believe this was the late 90s and it went into the 2000s. Anyway, I'm so excited because it's my friend who's going to come on and sing this for you. First of all, before I bring her out, one more time, can we make the pitch for donations? If you guys are able to contribute to the new sound system, please feel free to do that via PayPal or Venmo. Those addresses are at the bottom of the screen. I'm going to take a nice sip of my cocktail and introduce my first guest tonight. I have loved this singer, pianist, composer, painter, poetess, all-around Renaissance woman, since I first met her, and that has got to have been in the 80s for sure. And I've just watched her star rise, as well it should. And the past 3 years has been wonderful because we've actually found an opportunity to work together. She does shows devoted to different singers, styles of music, and she came up with a great idea about 3 years ago of doing a show devoted to Linda Ronstadt and asked me if I'd be part of that. So we have a great time doing that. We're going to be performing it again this summer in a couple of spots. I'll tell you about that as they get closer. But she has a fantastic, she's written so many great songs. Barbra Streisand has recorded many of her songs. She's got gold records like crazy. She's just, I'll just let her speak for herself. But she's here, very kindly recorded this for my show tonight. She's here to tell you all about what she considers to be probably her biggest monetary hit, the theme from a show called The Nanny. Please, here is my buddy, Ann Hampton Callaway.
Hey Billy, hey everybody, it's Ann Hampton Callaway here, and I am so thrilled to be a part of this marvelous series that you're doing, Billy. It's just incredible, the success you've had. Congratulations. And one theme after the next. What a perfect theme, the TV theme. and it gives me great pleasure to sing to you a song I call the medley of my hit. She was working in a bridal shop in Flushing, Queens, till her boyfriend kicked her out in one of those crushing scenes. What was she to do? Where was she to go? She was out on a penny. So over the bridge from Flushing to the Sheffield store, she was there to sell makeup, but the father saw more. She had style, she had flair, she was there. That's how she became the nanny. Everybody sing along. Who would have guessed that the girl we described was just exactly what the doctor prescribed? Now the father finds her beguiling, watch out, CC, and the kids are actually smiling, such joie de vivre. She's the lady in red when everybody else is wearing tan. The Flushing girl from Flushing, the nanny named Fran. Woo! I added that. Woo! Um, I remember being on a train from New York City to Croton-on-Hudson, where I was living. It was a New Year's Eve, and everybody was incredibly drunk, and they were doing TV themed sing-alongs, and every single theme except mine was being sung. And that's because I had just written the nanny theme, and I thought, the only way that this experience would be nice is if they were singing the nanny. And so now, all these years later, I just can't believe that this show has become such a success. I'm thrilled that it's on HBO Max. And I'm thrilled that The Nanny is going to become a Broadway musical. And it's just amazing how Fran's dream and Peter's dream has turned into an incredible sensation across the world. Now, you asked me, how did I write this song? Well, I knew Fran from way back when. She actually came with my sister's co-star from the musical Baby, Todd Graff, who was one of her best friends. And they came to a show at Don't Tell Mama. I was doing a show of original songs. And afterwards, this beautiful woman came up to me and said, "Oh my God, I love your music and it's so beautiful. We have to work together." I didn't know who she was, but I soon found out. And I wrote some TV themes for projects that didn't go anywhere. So when she actually called me about this project, I thought, oh my goodness, another $1,000 demo. How can I afford this? But I thought, this time I don't have the job. She is giving me a chance to be a part of this TV project that she hopes will be a hit. And I was competing with Hollywood writers. So this time I wrote 2 songs. And one of them benefited from a very smart idea I had. Being the daughter of a journalist, I thought it would be good to do my homework. So I called Fran up and I said, "Fran, I really need to know from your lips, who is Fran Fine, and what is the show, and what do you want to say in 42 seconds? So we had a wonderful little talk, and at the very end of the conversation, I said, "Now, Fran, in a nutshell, who is Fran Fine?" And she paused and she said, "Well, she's the lady in red when everyone else is wearing tan." And I was taking notes and I thought, that's it. That's got to be in the song. So I wrote the 2 lyrics. I sent them off to her. They loved this one, the one that became the theme to The Nanny. And I was just, thrilled that I had a chance to be part of this, especially when I realized that it was going to be a success. Now, I thought, given the fact that it's a zippy little jazz swing tune, that it would be wonderful if they called up the Manhattan Transfer to sing the song. But no, Fran said, "Now we want you to do it. We like your voice." So I was very grateful that she made that choice. And then I got to ask my wonderful sister, Liz, to sing backups with me. And so, as I always like to say in my shows, thanks to Fran Drescher, I have written what my accountant still calls my finest work to date. And I hope they'll be singing the song in the Broadway musical. I can't wait to see it whenever it comes out. And thank you to everybody who watches the show and has shared with me their pleasure in singing along. It's great to be a part of TV history. And thank you so much, Billy, for having me on your show. Love you so much.
How cool is that? Thank you so much, Anne, for taking the time to do that for my show. And I know the audience loved it. I was reading some of the comments as it was playing. Thank you, my friend. It's just fabulous. And congratulations on everything, on the Broadway musical. Isn't that fabulous? I can't imagine they won't use that theme at some point. They've just gotta. I'm sure they could make a deal with you for that. I'm sure, right? And wow, it's just such good news. And you look gorgeous. You're home in Tucson. You guys, she and Kari have the most beautiful home, and I can't wait to get back and see you guys. Thank you so much for that. This is a song that everyone knows because this was a big, big show from the year, I think, 1999 maybe. I'm not quite sure, but it ran a long time, and it just had a big reunion on HBO Max, which we watched, which was great. So no one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke, you're broke, your love life's DOA. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. Oh, well, it hasn't been your day, your week, your month, or even your year. But I'll be there for you when the rain starts to pour. I'll be there for you like you've been there before. I'll be there for you 'cause you're there for me too. The Friends. How much do we love the Friends? This next song is a song that was already a big hit song, but it was used for the theme for a show that Doug and I really loved. We own all the episodes. We never missed it, from a show called Gilmore Girls. If you know the show, you know how great it is. If you are not familiar with the show, you should go back and check it out because it's some of the sharpest writing, and it's funny, and it's got great acting in it. And they really just did a great thing by taking the second verse of a great Carole King and Tony Stern song that really, really fit the characters again. So it goes like this. If you're out on the road, feeling lonely and so cold, all you have to do is call my name and I'll be there on the next train where you lead. I will follow anywhere that you tell me to. If you need me to be with you, I will follow. Oh, where you lead, I will follow anywhere that you tell me to. If you need me to be with you, I will follow where you lead. Great show. Doug, did you show the pictures? Oh, that's good. That was Lauren Graham and Alexis Bledel, and we met them both at separate times. But yeah, there's a couple more surprises like that coming up. Anyway, that's probably our favorite show. Certainly, Doug and I have been together since 1999. And that show started the next year, and we just never missed it. So has a very special place in our hearts. And the Dragonfly Inn was the same set and house as the Waltons. Okay, that's right. The Waltons from 1970. Oh, that's... Oh, that wasn't planned, but that's the Waltons. That's a good night, Dougie boy. That's a show I loved growing up. God, there's so many. I know once the show is over, I'm going to think of a dozen more that I left out. So, maybe part 4, not next week, that's for sure. Now, Doug and I loved Gilmore Girls. Now, these next 2 songs are from shows that I'm not sure Doug appreciates as much as I do. But he doesn't stay up that late. These are shows that I watch like if I'm alone in the bedroom or late at night because they're always on late at night. And I just think they're silly. They're both from the crazy, cracked mind of Seth MacFarlane. So I'm going to do them both right in a row. Good morning, USA. I got a feeling that it's gonna be a wonderful day. The sun in the sky has a smile on its face, and he's shining a salute to the American race. Oh boy, it's swell to say, good morning, USA. Good morning, USA. And then, as a real takeoff to All in the Family, here comes Lois Griffin. It seems today that all you see is violence in movies and sex on TV. But where are those good old family values on which we used to rely? Lucky there's a Family Guy. Lucky there's a man who positively can do all the things that make us laugh and cry. He's a Family Guy. And then there's Maud. And then there's Maud. Hey, Lois. Okay, those are, I just had to get that. Mommy, mama. What? If you know the show, you know all that stuff. There's so many references. We're not going to get into it. But I just had to get that out because I love those shows like crazy. And I love The Simpsons too, but there's not much of The Simpsons. I can't even play it. Okay, so another thing that I'm crazy about, and maybe some of you share my affinity for classic game shows. So here are the themes to 3 classic game shows. These are the 80s, 70s, 80s themes to these shows that still are played in some form today. See if you recognize them. You will. Come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. What a great theme, right? Peppy. Now, here's the theme to a show that's still on, but this is the theme in the 80s. See if you remember this one. If you're my age, you'll remember this is Wheel of Fortune. That's from back when you would go shopping at the end of the round instead of cash. Let's go shopping. And you buy all this stuff. And then, do you want the rest on account or on a gift certificate?
I'll take the ceramic Dalmatian for $37.
Doug said, I'll take the ceramic Dalmatian for $37. You guys remember that, right? And it was all this overpriced crap that nobody wanted. But if you had enough money, you could buy trips. You could buy it. But it was all shopping. Wisely, they got rid of that. Okay, that's Wheel of Fortune from the 80s. Okay. Get ready to match the stars. Nipsey Russell, Brett Summers, Charles Nelson Riley, Joanne Flug, Richard Dawson, Fannie Flagg, here on the Big Money Star-Studded Match Game 75. With your host, Gene Rayburn. Of course, I still watch that all the time on the Game Show Network. Match Game with Cranky Gene Rayburn. Anytime somebody had a bad answer, he would just so shame them. That show was just so much fun to watch. It's a perfect time capsule because it really couldn't exist. It does exist now, but it's not as good. I'm sorry if I offended anybody, but the clothes, the way they react, the way Gene Rayburn would hug the woman contestant and it's creepy to watch now, but it was the 70s, so there you go. Anyway, game shows, right? So another big phenomenon in the 80s was the nighttime soap opera. And I've chosen 3. One of them, which I know is the favorite of Doug Major, sitting right across the piano.
14 seasons, never missed an episode.
14 Michelle Lee was in this show, 14 seasons, never missed an episode. Also, my buddy Chris Smith loves this show. He if I didn't do it, I would be in big trouble. But I've combined it in a medley with 2 other big TV themes from nighttime soaps. But for the first one, you might see some. I don't know. You might see some.
How I wanted my head to be one of the heads that went by on.
Well, you can tell them real quick. Here's Doug.
Yeah. So I loved this show, and it would start, and the stars' heads would go by in these montages with their names, and starring Joan Van Ark and Kevin Dobson. And I so wanted to be on this show. So tonight you're going to see some heads go by, and it's me and someone. You move to New York, and you meet Billy Stritch, and you end up being friends with the people that you watched on TV, and it's just really surreal and amazing and great. So you're going to see my head's going to go by tonight.
Heads are going to roll tonight. Okay, so of course, if you haven't figured it out, we're talking about Knots Landing. So get ready for the heads to roll by. Get ready for Doug's head to come in and out of frame. how about that? Well, I should take that on the road. That's like a showpiece. I just got to finesse it a little bit. That's the medley of Knots Landing. Did the faces all go by? Was that all the faces went by? And then Dynasty. You know, I didn't have pictures of me with Joan Collins, although I have met her. That's a story for another time. And Dallas, I didn't have any. I never met any of that cast, I don't think, although I'm from Texas. And it was a big deal, of course. I grew up in Houston, but you know, everybody said, do you watch Dallas? Do you know the people from, you know, everybody. Dallas was so big all over the world. Anytime that I would go to London in the 80s and they found out I was from Texas, they immediately wanted to know if I knew J.R. Ewing. I didn't. Anyway, they didn't want to know if I shot him. Well, maybe they asked that too. Remember who shot J.R.? It ended up being Kristen, right? Somebody? Yeah, it ended up being the person. It's always the person you least expect. It's always, yeah, anyway. Here, I have one more song to do before I bring on my second guest tonight. This is a very cool theme song written by Lee Holdridge and Al Jarreau and sung by Al Jarreau from a show that I loved that ran from 1985 to 1989 called Moonlighting with Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd. And I just love this theme, and I still think it's a great, great song. They don't write themes like they used to. Anyway, sung by Al Jarreau, I'll try to do it justice. Don't you change. Some walk by night, some fly by day. Nothing could change you, setting sure of the way. Charming and bright, laughing and gay. I'm just a stranger, love the blues and the braves. There is the sun and moon, they sing their own sweet tune. Watch them when dawn is due, sharing one space. Some walk by night, some fly by day. Some think it's sweeter when you meet along the way. Come walk by night, come fly by day. Something is sweeter, 'cause we met along the way. We'll walk by night, we'll fly by day. Moonlighting strangers who just met on the way, who just met on the way, who just met on the way. Theme from Moonlighting. Love that song. Oh, Al Jarreau, anything he did, I loved. What a fantastic musician. So musical, so soulful. Fantastic. So my other guest tonight, my special guest, is I'm so proud that she's my friend. We've been friends for about 25 years now, I would guess. And we were instant friends, basically from the time we met. We just really got along like a house on fire. And we love the same music. We love the same things. Same things make us laugh. She's a warm, friendly, wonderful person and one of the finest actors and performers that it's been my good fortune to know, much less just one of the finest anywhere, but it is my good fortune to know her. And we are good friends. And she was my neighbor upstairs up until a couple of months ago, and then she sold the apartment upstairs. Doug found this thing. It made me laugh. It was this thing on Facebook that's going around. It said, the movie that was the #1 film when you were 10 years old will be the theme for the next year of your life. And so Doug went on and he found out that the #1 film when he was 10 years old was Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore. And he said, literally, that's exactly what happened because Alice was living upstairs and she doesn't live here anymore and she moved. So that already happened. So how many people could say that? Anyway, she's got she and her husband Steve have a beautiful home in upstate New York, and Doug and I stopped over there on Sunday and we filmed this little surprise piece for you guys. So she's going to come on and sing her iconic theme and tell you all about that. Please welcome my dearest buddy, Linda Lavin. So hi, everybody. I'm here with Linda Lavin, my dearest friend, and we're upstate at her wonderful place. It's the weekend, and she kindly consented to sing this theme for all of us for Billy's Place, and I'm so happy about that.
Pleasure.
Because it's one of the most iconic TV theme songs of the 80s of any era. But, you know, tell me about how, was that exciting? That must have been so great, right?
Very exciting. We did the pilot, and the opportunity to have a theme song came up.
Yeah.
Alan Shane, who was the head of television at Warner Brothers, said, let's get Marilyn and Alan Bergman and David Shire to write this theme song.
Wow.
And David had been an old friend.
Yeah.
I'd never met the Bergmans.
You hadn't?
No.
Oh.
And they watched the pilot and they wrote this song.
And it's one of those great songs that really tells the story. It
does.
That. Those are the best ones that in 30 seconds completely tell you where you are.
That's
it grounds
exactly
you
right.
in the plot and the lead character.
That's exactly
And this
right.
sets up her so well.
It sets her up, and also everybody knows it.
I know.
And people still come up to me and sing the song, and they sing it when we do our act.
Oh, well,
and
we
we start to sing it.
It's always
The
in the act,
audience-
and we've tried to cut it out of the act from time to time, and people are
thinking
not
that it's will they know?
Oh, please,
and
Alice,
are they
nobody-
tired of it? And,
People are not having it.
and they suddenly start. The whole audience starts singing it.
Yeah, it's great.
That made us cry one night when that
Will you
happened.
sing it for? Will you sing it a
I'd
little
be
bit for us?
Thrilled.
Okay, good.
You
yeah,
came all
okay.
this way. How
I
can
know.
I not?
Exactly. We didn't plan this at all, right?
Early to rise, early to bed, and in between I cooked and cleaned and went out of my head. Going through life with blinders on, it's tough to see. I had to get up, get out from under and look for me. There's a new girl in town and she's looking good. There's a fresh freckled face in the neighborhood. There's a new girl in town with a brand new smile. She was just passing through, but if things work out, she's gonna stay a while.
And that sets up the first season really, really well.
That's right.
And then what was so great for me is that you got to do it differently every year.
Yeah,
right?
every year,
Yeah.
know, because musical styles would change, and we'd think, let's rock it.
Disco or disco.
Yeah, let's do it black. Let's do it more like the native place we're in. Is Santa Fe, New Mexico. Let's do a little sort of South American, Central American.
Sure.
But
so in 9 years, you did it like almost 9 different ways, right?
We didn't. No,
not that
because really the producers just wanted to keep it very simple.
I get it.
But here's what we did.
Sing the second season.
The second season
it's my favorite lyric.
Instead of changing styles so much, David Shire, who wrote the music, would come in and do a little change of the chart.
Yeah.
The arrangement would loosen up a little bit, and the Bergmans would
do a whole new verse. Exactly. Now that we knew Alice.
Lyric.
This was a little more about Alice.
Here's the new lyric for the second season.
In a new key.
Used to be sad, used to be shy. Funniest thing, the saddest part is I never knew why. Kicking myself for nothing was my favorite sport. I had to get out and start enjoying, 'cause life's too short.
Here we go.
There's a new girl in town, she's looking good. Got a song, got a smile for the neighborhood. Things are great when you stand on your own 2 feet. And this girl's here to say, with some luck and love, life's gonna be so sweet.
Here's my favorite.
Ba, 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 ba.
Oh, I love you.
I love you.
I love you so much. Linda Lavin, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
My buddy.
This is great.
Mwah.
It was great
Fun.
to do. Oh, you can cut that.
Well, can you tell that we're good friends and that we like each other? Linda, thank you so much. That was such a lovely afternoon we spent at your home, and it was just fantastic. And I just love you, sweetheart. So much fun to reminisce about that great theme song and spend time with you, of course. And it's so funny because after we finished filming, Linda said, "What was I thinking? Santa Fe. The show was in Phoenix. It wasn't in Santa Fe." I mean, she knows. So those of you who caught that, she knows that Mel's Diner was in Phoenix. She just wanted me to smooth that over so we wouldn't get people writing and going, "What's she talking about?" Anyway, but we'll get letters, right? We haven't gotten a letter yet. No, who writes letters anymore? I mean, we get emails. We get like, the sound is awful, but hopefully the sound is good tonight. We're getting nice comments. So Linda, what I want to say to you is, thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. And if you threw a party, invited everyone you knew, you would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend. I want to thank you. Thank you for being a friend. I want to thank you. Thank you for being a friend. I want to thank you. Thank you for being a friend. And when we both get older, with walking canes and hair of gray, I have no fear, even though it's hard to hear. I will stand real close and say, thank you for being a friend. That great song, another instance of a song that was already an established song and then found another life as the theme for a great TV show, The Golden Girls. Andrew Gold had a big hit song with that a few years before that even came around. But it certainly summed up the premise of The Golden Girls. And that, to me, is what a great theme song should do. Like I said with Linda, it should tell you in 30 to 45 seconds exactly what the setting is, what the main character is. It should just establish everything so beautifully. And that's what New Girl in Town did. That's what this does. That's what The Nanny Named Fran does. Anne Hampton Callaway, thank you so much for being part of the show tonight. It wouldn't have seemed right to do it without you. And I appreciate you doing that for me, taking the time. You're my buddy, and I love you so much. And Linda, you know how I feel about you. Thank you so much for doing this. You guys, we reached the end of the TV themes. I'm sure at some point we'll revisit it. But 3 weeks, a lot of work went into it, and it was a lot of fun. And I hope that I got in most of the ones that you wanted. I'm sure I left some out. I know I left some out, but it's just impossible to get everything in. But I had a good time, and I hope you did too. If you're able to donate to help us pay for the sound, please donate to us via PayPal or Venmo. The PayPal is bstritch@yahoo.com. Venmo is @Billy-Stritch. Or you can write me on the Facebook Messenger, and I'll send you my address. And you can send me a check that way. Checks are good too. Doug Major, thank you so much. We feel like this is one of our most fun shows ever. We feel very relieved that the sound is getting better. Hopefully it's only going to improve in the weeks to come. Next week, I'm going to do my first, this is what we did last year. Who knew we'd be going into a second year? We did, on 3 occasions last year, I did a show called Cool Rosé and Warm Requests. And it's basically an excuse to drink good rosé wine and sing some of the songs you want to hear. So now is the time to write me on the Messenger app and send me your requests for songs that you would like me to do next week or in the coming. We're going to do probably 3 of these request shows this summer. And also I will take your ideas for themes, but this next show is definitely not going to be a theme. It's going to be more requests. I'm going to do some of my favorites, and I'd like to do some of yours. So no big theme. Themes they get to be hard every now and then. I'm exhausted from TV themes. So it'll be nice just to put together a nice dozen songs that don't have a through line. And I'm going to do that for you next week. Bucks County Playhouse is this weekend. If you're around, please come see me. What do we say? Donate. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Ann. Thank you, everybody. Have your pet spayed or neutered, as Bob Barker would say. Perfect. And we're going to end the show kind of the way we started, with the closing theme from the Judy Garland show. Judy, happy birthday up in heaven. We love you so much. If you had any idea how much you are still loved on this planet, well, how could you know that? But anyway, I hope that you feel it wherever you are. I'll see you next week, everybody. I will come back when the elephants roost in the trees. I will come back when the birds make love to the bees. I will come back when the sun refuses to shine and President Coolidge is a cousin of mine. I will come back when the fish walk around on 2 feet and promenade up and down on Washington Street. When the snow has turned from white to blue, then maybe I will come back to you. I will come back, but before I bid you adieu, I'd like to say it's been lovely being with you. I hope you'll tune in next week for more of the same. Remember, Billy's Place is the name of the game. I will come back when the fish walk around on 2 feet and promenade up and down Washington Street. When the snow has turned from white to blue, then maybe I'll come back to you. You know I will. Have a great week, everybody. I love you. Good night.